Hello and welcome to the sideboard at the Star City Games Invitational in Los Angeles, California. We are here with the Deck Tech with Braun-Duin, who is famed writer for Star City Games, as well as my protege on Magic the News and gunning for my job.
Indeed. In fact, starting next year, I'm actually taking his job.
It's not happening.
That's not actually happening.
You can keep trying, but it won't happen. But today you are playing, and you are playing a deck that Glenn Jones actually sort of debuted last week.
Right. Yep.
It's a Brad Nelson creation, correct?
Yeah.
It's sort of Naya with black. So talk to me a little bit about where this deck came from and why you're playing it today.
So I played a little bit with the original Naya deck, and while I liked a lot of the things about it, mainly I liked Huntmaster, Restoration Angel, and Bonfire. I love those cards, and also Thragtusk too. But as a whole, I wasn't a huge fan of the deck, and I wanted to add a little bit to it. I think black adds a lot with Ultimate Price and Rakdos Return in the main, and then a couple of other cards in the sideboard that really shore up some bad matchups for
Now,
it.
the main difference between this deck and the deck, the original version of the deck, is that you are not playing Lingering Souls.
Right, that's correct.
Which added a lot to the deck. It was a lot like adding Lingering Souls to the modern Jund deck.
Right.
It just added more defense for the mid-range matchups. It made your Kessig Wolf runs better, but you took them out and replaced them with Rakdos' Return.
Right, yeah.
So what was the thought process behind that?
Well, I mean, a lot of people didn't realize that Rakdos came back, so I'd like to inform them. But actually, I don't think Lingering Souls is very good right now. And the reason is this card mainly.
Bonfire of the Damned?
A lot of people are playing Bonfire. Bonfire just kind of invalidates Lingering Souls a lot.
There's also a lot of Is It Staticasters out there, which is a problem, of course.
There's a lot of Is It Staticasters, and then thirdly, Rancor is a huge problem for Lingering Souls. So those are the main reasons why I didn't want to play Lingering Souls. And Rakdos' Return has been very good. In all the mid-range matchups, you can often kill a Garrett Primal Hunter and rip their entire hand.
Yeah.
And just demoralize them. They may drop from the tournament after that.
Sure.
It's pretty devastating. So.
That's pretty nice. So Garrett Primal Hunter is your Planeswalker. It's also your Sphinx's Revelation replacement to be able to fight opposing Revelations. You can pump up your Wolf token or whatever to an 8/2 and then draw 8 cards if you need to with Kessig Wolf run.
Right.
And you've got lots of varied elimination with Ultimate Price and Oblivion Ring and the standard ramp of Avacyn's Pilgrim and Farseek to fix your mana.
Yeah, exactly. And Arbor Elf doesn't really work with this mana base, which is why Farseek's in there. If there's a Birds of Paradise, that would probably be played instead.
Of course.
But Farseek's actually still very good.
So moving to the sideboard, you said that you had black for some very specific cards in the sideboard. The first one I'm going to point out is Slaughter Games.
Right.
Slaughter Games has been talked about a lot. Usually it's not a very good effect, but this is the first for battling control strategies, because control strategies can just counter your Cranial Extraction or your Memoricide.
Or they have enough varied threats where they don't care.
Right.
But in Standard right now, Slaughter Games could basically say, search target player's hand and library for Sphinx's Revelation and remove them.
Right.
That's basically the purpose of that card. All the control decks are heavily reliant on that card to win them the game. And if you get rid of those, then they struggle to deal with all the threats you have in this deck.
Now, the other two black sideboard cards are Tragic Slip and Olivia Valderon.
Right.
What are those for?
Tragic Slip is mainly for Falcon Wrath Aristocrat, which the Zombies deck is a good matchup for this, but outside of that one card is a huge problem.
Yeah, with Ultimate Price and Sorcery Speed removal, it seems like it's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue. So Tragic Slip is mainly for that, and it's also good against some of the green-white decks too. And then Olivia is just for the mid-range mirrors. She really dominates the other Naya decks. If she goes unchecked for a few turns, she'll end the game.
Yeah, the last card I wanted to point out on the sideboard is one that I think is very popular in this tournament. Actually, we were sold out for a little while this morning, which is Silklash Spider.
Right. So Silklash Spider is, again, it's actually mainly for zombies. You play it, you can block their Thundermaw Hellkites, you can block their Falcon Wrath Aristocrats, and just activating the ability can force them to sack creatures to their Aristocrat as well to keep it in
It's also
play.
another way to deal with Lingering Souls. If you
Right.
come across.
It's very good against Lingering Soul decks. It's actually not even that bad against green-white decks. It just blocks Rancored creatures all day long.
So this deck is very tuned to the metagame that you expect to be here today.
Right. It is.
Very tuned against Red-Black Zombies, other Naya decks, and Sphinx's Revelation decks. Which of those do you think is the toughest for you to deal with?
I don't actually know. I would have to say zombies, just because that deck has the capability of just
coming
1,
out of
2,
nowhere.
3, 4ing you, and just beating you out of nowhere. So
Well, I'm rooting for you to have a repeat performance of the Invitational Top 8 that you had last time with an interesting 4-color variant.
Right.
You've brought another interesting 4-color variant to this tournament. BBD, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
See you later.